Greetings, everyone. DFG here. You have your ticket? You don't have one? No problem, my friend. Come on in. You can still hit that button if you want to, but you're still welcome. Hit the button or don't hit the button. As long as you promise to listen all the way through and hold your judgment till the end, okay? Hey guys, I just wanted to just update you on some information that came to my attention today. And it's related to, the last shooting in Odessa, Texas. And it's really about the state of Texas and the law that Texas just passed September 1st. Now, let me tell you what the law is, okay? And look it up. You know what I tell you guys? Please don't just take my word for it or jump to some conclusion or whatever. Just validate what I'm saying, okay? That's what intelligent people do. They research, they get their facts, and then they formulate some thought, then they share their opinion, okay? So it's a 4-step process. Not that hard to do. I do it. You can do it too. Most of you probably already, but I just like to get that particular thing out the way. But Texas, now you think this past Saturday, a gunman, his name is, what is that, Seth Adler, I think is how you pronounce his last name, goes on a killing rampage, he shoots 22 people, kills 7. And then if you remember earlier, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, Patrick Cruces took and killed 22 people and injured another 52 people. And what they both have in common, as you already know, they both are Texans. They both are from the state of Texas. And you would think that having this blood, on his hands, and I'm not blaming Texans because I got family members in Texas. I've lived in Texas, and Texans by citizenship or statehood are not at fault when mass deranged, vicious animals make the decision that they want to go out and kill others who, in the case of these 2 men, did not look like them. And I say that clearly because the 7 people who were killed this past Saturday were either black or Mexican, Hispanic, if you want to call it that. So this was not some guy who was going around just shooting anybody that came into his sight. Yeah, the media might want to give it that impression because they've been keeping a lot of the information kind of on the down low, kind of hush hush. But the truth of it is that Seth Adler was going around killing minorities, no different than, Patrick Cruces, who drove 6 hours from Dallas all the way to El Paso by his manifesto writing statement to kill Mexicans. And so to the Hispanic community, Mexican, Puerto Rican, and others, guys, you need to be watching your surroundings. You hear me talk about that all the time. I think some of you guys came to America and kind of embraced America in its fullest without understanding the dangers that exist for you here in America. Okay? And again, that's all I'm going to say because this is not about your ethnicity as much as it's about the stupid damn law that Texas passed. Texas passed at the first of the month that if you're a licensed gun owner, you can now take your gun with you in churches. You can have your gun with you in school parking lots. You can have your gun with you in malls. You can have your gun with you, on private property. You can have your gun with you if you're on somebody else's rental property. You can have your gun with you if you're in the, I think I said malls or shopping centers. So pretty much anywhere where there are large groups of people, Texas' bright idea to address mass killing is to say it's okay now for individuals who are licensed gun carriers, as these 2 killers were, can now take your gun in any place that you want to take it in, as long as there's no sign saying you can't take it in. Okay? And even in the places where the signs are, and might want to validate this one. I think if you're asked to leave, you have to leave. But it's not a crime to go in there with your weapon as long as you leave. They ask you to leave. They tell you, well, look, you're making someone feel uncomfortable. We're getting complaints that, people saw your weapon. You got to leave. But again, I digress from that. But anywhere where there are public gatherings, Texas the Texas state legislature came up with a bright idea that it's okay to bring your weapons in those areas. Now, guys, if there was never what I would call a bird call or bird whistle, I can't think of another term, but a okay whistle for mass killers to signal them, okay, green light, this legislation has done that. This is the bird call, the bird whistle that says, hey, you know what? Get it on. If you got it in your heart to do it, now we're gonna create enough space and we're gonna create enough, legislative and take and give you the latitude now, you know what I'm saying, that you can kill at your own discretion. And you would think, again, that a state that just went through atrocious, in those two incidents, that was almost 30 people murdered, minorities I might add, murdered by two men, 36-year-old white male, 22-year-old white male, that they would have saw fit to say, you know what, maybe we don't need to pass that lax gun legislation. Maybe we need to rethink that, because this could signal some of these other vicious animals to be copycat. But no, that's not what Texas decided. And if you're a Texan, I understand how you feel about guns. I mean, look, I don't have no problem with arming yourself. As I said to you, Yeshua has told the Israelites to do whatever they got to do. Sell their coat, sell their bags, purse if you're a female, do whatever you got to do, you follow me, to get you a weapon. He said that time would come, and that's this time. So I'm not anti-gun Texans. I am anti-legislation that says you can go anywhere and you can have almost any justification. Because inside that law, they also stated that let's just say if I have rental property and you know me and you come up on my rental property and somebody assaults you or does anything to make you feel uncomfortable, make you feel at risk, you can kill them. You can pull a gun and shoot them, and you're not going to go to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? All you have to have is reasonable, reasonable doubt, I guess, for lack of a better word. That's how serious this is. You could be, road rage. You pull up against somebody and they get upset and get out of their car, and that person can roll down his window, shoot you dead, because you made them feel threatened. And now, of course, legally, they could have those guns anywhere throughout the state, you know what I'm saying, because the law allows. And the last thing I want to say, think about for the rest of you, and for you Texans too, who feel that this was not the right time to pass that legislation. I'm going to say it like that. I'm going to say it respectfully. But you Texans who say, you know what, this is not the right time to be passing that legislation. Even you guys should be stepping back and looking at this thing and really asking yourself the question. You follow me? Do you feel safe? And is this not creating a situation where Texas almost seems as though it's a state that's full of, the type of militia that would go around and or at least give the impression, true or not true, it's perception. One's perception of you is your reality. All right? As a leader, I used to teach that all the time. Usually people say, well, they got the wrong impression. It doesn't matter. Whatever their perception of you, to them, is who you are. And it's your responsibility to change that perception if you want to have a better relationship. Texas, what I'm saying to you, if you don't want this stigma of a state where you got a bunch of crazed, lunatic, white supremacist killers, then maybe you need to go and petition your legislator to reverse that law, if you care. Because I suspect what we've seen the last 30 days or so, again, like the manifesto read from Patrick Cruces, this is just the beginning of the end, not the end. And the way he says it, these people coming across the border is coming for their jobs, got nothing to do with liberty or fleeing hardships or looking for, asylum. They have nothing to do with that. They're not in danger. They're just coming here to take advantage of America and take America's resources and leave the true Americans, in their minds, white, with a lot less. And they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen. So there you have it. Just wanted to bring it to your attention. So if you're traveling through Texas anytime soon, if you're not a resident of Texas, if you're a licensed gun carrier, you may want to make sure you bring it with you, because you don't know what you might confront on one of them long ass highways. And there's a lot of highways, up and down Texas, where there's nothing between you and the next city for hours. Okay, and you don't know who you're going to run into or who's going to run up on you. Gas station, hotels. You just don't know. What do you call it? Trailer park, camping grounds. Just be prepared and watch yourself, guys. But more importantly, Texans, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The ball's in your court, as they say. Thank you guys for listening. DFG. Talk to you guys soon. Bye now.